Hi, it's Eben Pagan again. In this video, instead of action exercises, we're going to learn strategies for delegating, outsourcing, and hiring superstars to help you get things done and to shift your business into high growth mode. In our first video and lesson, we learned how to increase our productivity as entrepreneurs. And in our second video, we learned powerful marketing strategies for attracting more customers. If you haven't watched those videos and done those lessons yet, then I recommend that you do those first by clicking on the links to those lessons above, because they'll actually make this information even more valuable. So now, let's learn how to find superstars to help us grow our business. So just like our last videos and lessons, it's important that you read the report that's included with this lesson. You can read the report online, or you can download the PDF to your computer so you have it. Either way, take a few minutes to read the report before watching the rest of this video. And as soon as you're finished, download the exercises that are included as well. Print them out, and then come back and we'll go through the steps and the exercises together here. Okay, so pause the video, read the special report, print out the exercises, and then come back and resume the video, and we'll work together to help you delegate and outsource your busy work and take steps toward building a great team of superstars to grow your business. Good. Now that you've read that report, you can see the importance of getting clear about what you need to delegate, and then making sure that you're specific when looking for the person to take those tasks from you. In the ad that I gave you inside that report, which I wrote to find my last personal organizer and project manager, what you might call a personal assistant, you can see that I went a lot further than most people would go when describing the role, the type of person that I was looking for, and the type of person that I wasn't looking for. I also asked them to do several things when answering my ad, which instantly filters out about 80 or 90% of the people responding, because they just don't do the simple things that I ask for. Okay, instead, they'll just email a resume or say, "I'm interested in your position and I would like an interview." There's basically nothing else you can do in your business that has the potential to have an amazingly positive long-term influence on your business or an amazingly negative long-term influence on your business than finding team members to help you grow it. The wrong person can make your life and your business into a living hell, and the right person can give you back your time and put a pillar of strength into your company. Remember the productivity pyramid from the first lesson and video? Okay, I want you to pull that out, take that exercise out, and take a look at the activities that you're doing in the bottom two levels of that pyramid. That's the stuff to delegate and outsource first, whether it's to a part-time virtual assistant or to a full-time team member that's operating at a senior level in your company. The game is about getting your time back so you can invest it in higher value producing efforts. Okay, so get out your productivity exercise, take a look at those bottom levels, and let's go find a person to do that stuff for you. In our first exercise here, we're going to write an ad to attract a superstar to work with you and take on the activities that are low value for you to do. So let's go to the exercise and the summaries that go with this lesson. Make sure you have these before watching the rest of the video. So a few quick tips as part of this exercise. First, it's important to summarize the role and the ideal candidate in the title or subject line of your ad. Write out everything you're looking for and write the body of your ad first so that your title is really a highly refined version of the ad itself, just like in mine. Again, summarize the role and the person you're looking for at the beginning of your ad, but this time maybe do it in a paragraph or so rather than in just one line of a title. Again, do this after you write your ad so that you're summarizing a well thought out role. So let's do a brainstorm and fill in this exercise. Okay? So first, who's the role for? Give the best, clearest, most specific description that you can. It's worth it to say as many different specific things as you can with the best details you can communicate. Here's a reminder from what I wrote in my ad to find my own personal project manager to assist my wife and I, the one in the report. Okay, so I wrote, "I'm looking for someone who is highly organized, detail-oriented, and serious about organization and cleanliness. You probably have done event planning or bookkeeping because you're good at logistics and details, and you like to write lists and work from a checklist at all times. 2, enjoys working alone most of the time and with people some of the time. The work you'll be doing is typically alone. If you're the type of person who likes to chit-chat with people and friends a lot, this probably isn't right for you. Okay, so notice how specific I'm being. Next, who's the role not for? Okay, again, describe that person the best you can. And we'll go back for another few lines again from the ad I included in your report. If you're the type of person who likes super creative work, where you have a lot of variety in your day, work with lots of other people, like to chat and deal with a lot of different types of complex challenges, then this probably is not right for you. This is organizer work and will require you to keep checklists and work from them. Again, notice how specific I was. So brainstorm that list, okay, and then come back when you're finished and we'll actually write our ad. You might want to press pause and then come back after you've made your list of specifics. Okay, great. Let's use what we learned in our last lesson on marketing, and let's humanize the role as well as your company to make it sound really attractive to prospective team members. As you write the ad, use copywriting skills to communicate directly, first person, as if they were sitting right in front of you. Remember, they'll be reading this ad or watching your video alone, and you want it to feel like they're the only one in the world. This really increases the engagement level. Again, use your good copywriting skills, and at the end of the ad, ask them to take some type of action. In this case, you can give them a few tasks to do, like maybe to tell you about their work history, or ask them for references of past bosses, or even ask them how they would approach a particular work challenge or situation. Doing this gives you a huge advantage when selecting the most qualified prospects to interview, and it saves you a ton of time. A quick reminder. Okay, when you're advertising to hire someone, you can't discriminate based on age, sex, marital status, their race or ethnicity, or their handicaps, or anything like that in your ad. So make sure you're running this layer in your mind as you write your ad. I want to make sure that you're on the right side of the rules and that your ad can really work for you. Okay, so now pause the video again and go ahead and write your ad. Okay, communicate one person to another, and then as soon as you're finished, come back and I've got some great tips for you for interviewing and hiring. So in the report that you read that goes with this session, we met two personality styles of people that you'd hire, creatives and organizers. Knowing which type you're after makes a big difference when searching for them. If you're looking for a copywriter who can, let's say, interview you and then write some powerful marketing copy a few hours later, right? Or maybe a designer who's going to send you a logo that maybe they design in an hour, you probably need what I would call a creative type. One that likes to brainstorm, improvise, and create lots of interesting ideas fast. If you're looking for someone to manage your schedule, or maybe do customer service, or handle a weekly checklist of personal items, then you're probably looking for what I'm calling an organizer. Here are a few questions to use when interviewing someone to see which type they are, and they're also summarized in your other download with your exercises. Okay, so the first question, do you like to plan things out and know what's going to happen, or do you like to go with the flow, improvise, and discover as things happen? Do you plan your vacations, or do you tend to just go somewhere fun and figure out what to do from there? Would you prefer to brainstorm ideas and come up with lots of interesting options, or would you rather put together a timeline and an action plan and then create a checklist and start getting things done? You can see the contrast between the two types here. Something I've discovered now interviewing many hundreds of people in my career is that if you ask these questions without actually being determined to get a real answer from someone, you'll often get an ambivalent answer, okay? With a candidate you're talking to trying to be all things, and they'll say, well, I'm really both. And they'll be avoiding disqualifying themselves. So maybe start out an interview by saying, I'd like to learn more about your style of doing things. I'm going to ask you a few questions that might sound a little strange. See if you can pick the option that's closest to the way that you prefer to do things. In this case, answering both is actually worse, as it kind of hides the style that you prefer. Another quick tip for actually working with creatives and organizers. Creatives tend to be out of touch with timelines and deadlines and task management. They really need an organizer type around to make sure and keep them on track. You have to check on their work regularly, and you have to really keep them on track, or they can get lost doing a little curly-Q in a logo for 3 days just to get it perfect, because they're often perfectionists, and forget to do the rest of the design that's 100 times more important. Now, organizers, on the other hand, they tend to like to do things that they have planned to do. and are uncomfortable in situations that require them to do things off the cuff, especially if it's give a presentation or perform under pressure if they don't have time to prepare. Now, while they can be amazing at getting things done, they often need extra time to prepare themselves as they want to make their best presentations. An advanced tip as you grow your team and your company: pair creatives and organizers together to get the most from each of them. They actually pull on each other and bring out the best in each other. Too many of one or the other winds up in a state of either all strategy and no action, or all action but no strategy. Of course, there are a lot of these different elements that you'll need to learn when putting people together in pairs, on teams, and working together in groups on projects. And watch how these types work and interact, as there's an entire universe in this part of growing a business. All right, so here are some tips for finding a driver. Okay, I mentioned the importance of looking for this quality that I call driver in team members, in whatever capacity they're working for you. Okay, and this goes double if they're going to be working virtually and you're not going to be in person to manage them. Remember, a driver is someone who takes ownership of delivering results. They're proactive when they run into challenges, and they take it personally that they need to get things done, not just do a lot of activity that looks like they're working. So watch a new team member's behavior closely, especially over the first 30 days and then 90 days, as this really tells you the entire story. Try not to fall for validation bias and just validate what you thought they were like and accept excuses if they don't perform. Okay, this is really the most dangerous possible outcome, as it can lead to big problems down the road. As you're interviewing, ask them about times when they ran into obstacles or roadblocks or dead ends, and then ask them what happened when they ran into the obstacle. Did they figure out how to make it happen anyway, or did they put the blame on someone else? Okay, what are they doing? Are they blaming someone as they're talking to you, or are they taking responsibility? Remember what I said about smooth talkers and smooth doers. Okay, don't fall into the trap of these big mistakes of finding someone like you or finding someone you like, only to not have it work out later. So now that we've done the exercise and we've summarized some tips for finding yourself a superstar to help you build your business, it's time to submit your ad as homework below for a chance to win some great gear. So once you've written your ad, go ahead and come back here and submit it below. All you have to do is snap a picture or take a screen cap or make a graphic or scan in what you've created. Then just leave a comment below this video on Facebook linking to your completed exercise, or if you'd prefer to tweet, just use the hashtag that we've got below this video and follow the instructions for submitting them with Twitter. Again, great work. Make sure to submit your completed exercise with a shared comment below, and you can enter the contest to win a new MacBook Pro, a MacBook Air, or an iPad mini. And I'm going to be selecting the winners myself, so do a great job. And finally, make sure to get on my early list by going to AccelerateEarly.com and put your name on the early notification list to be the first to get access to the information and to register for my live Accelerate Business Summit and coaching program, and also to get some other free gifts from me. So submit your exercise, your ad now, and then go to AccelerateEarly.com to get on the early notification list. And I'll see you soon with our final video, which will explain exactly what will be covered in the Accelerate program. And if you're on the early list, of course, you'll get an early invitation to register and get access to special bonuses that are going to be really valuable. So submit your ad now, and I will see you in the next video.